Morning, and we are starting this session. So, first, let me introduce 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐬 sir. I must call him a sir because I have, but I had the pleasure to work under him for a long time, and I know him very personally, and I learned a lot from him. So, I always tried sir to come into our workshop so that you also can start learning from sir. So this is a basic objective. So let me introduce 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐬 sir. He is a veteran in marketing. He has spent lot of years in various industries. He has worked with Kellogg's. He has worked with Vodafone. He has worked with Pidilite, where from where we were being connected, and now he is in the Times of India. And he is excellent person in customer insights marketing. It follows the marketing, but he is very strong and excellent person in customer insights. So make this session more interactive. Ask 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐬 sir. He is very much approachable. He is a very kind and humble person, and most of all, he is also coach startups. He mentors startups across India, right? So this is a small introduction about 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐬 sir. So if I start giving introduction about him, though I will spend almost 15-20 minutes. So thank you, 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐬 sir, for coming in Startup Ki Pathsala. It's our pleasure. And thank you very much. So let us start with a small discussion about the brand. So first to start with, sir, you have came across a long journey in various industries. You have worked with FMCG, you have worked with telecom and long things. So what does a branding truly mean beyond logos? Everybody think branding means a good logo, a good color, right? And it's a branding. But in true sense, what is a branding from your perspective, sir?
Okay, thanks. And Prabha, thanks for the extremely kind words, and super excited to be amongst so many of you on a Saturday morning. And I must thank Startup Ki Pathsala, I must thank Bangalore Alumni Association, and I think a couple of other bodies that, Prabhat and Tanya are running very capably in addition to their day jobs. So that requires dedication and that requires passion. So yeah, so very happy to be here. And so let me break this question into two, Prabhat. So there is a historical reference to what a brand is, which I think most people may be aware. But in a line, it is what used to happen to goods when they were traded. So you basically burn a mark on either the crate that is being traded or the cattle that is being traded or the horse that is being traded. So that's where the historical reference is. However, those are, as I say, historical. See, while there may be theoretical constructs of what a brand is, to me, brand is mental real estate. It is what occupies your mind, and it is real estate that cannot be vacated. It is real estate that squats. It's almost like forcefully occupying your mind. And the interesting thing is that the same so-called brand can occupy different real estates in various minds. I mean, if I say Microsoft, now Microsoft will conjure different connotations in different people with certain consistent elements, right? So for explaining what a brand is, yeah, there are elements to it like a logo, color, etc., but that is not really a description of what brand is. Brand, as somebody far smarter than me described, is mental real estate that cannot be vacated.
So, sir, in this, the audience is mostly the young startup founders and the aspiring students who want to build their startup, but who want to start their startup journey basically. So, when a student basically coming up with an idea or they start building some prototype, so what should come first? Is it the product or they start working on building a brand from day zero? So this is a very common question I came across with many of the young startups, young students. So where they should prioritize?
So I would, Prabhat, take a further step back. So even before product, etc., the question to be asked is, what is the problem? What are we trying to solve?
So,
And when we ask ourselves this question, there are 3 or 4 dimensions to it. And this is what I tell a lot of my, startups who I mentor, a lot of students who I coach. First, ask this basic question, what is it that I'm trying to solve? You need to be clear in this, and the answer cannot be one long paragraph. The answer needs to be simple, stateable in one statement, and your grandmother or grandfather should be able to understand it.
sir, I still remember you said you advised one thing to a startup guy, a senior startup guy. What is the purpose of your business or startup? And please describe it in 150 letters, right?
Yeah.
And I, whenever I discuss or mentor the startups, the young startups, I tell them to write uh, the purpose of their business in 150 word or 150 letters. And I find it this is the most difficult thing.
Yeah.
So I let me also connect with the audience. They also started putting questions. I received regarding this. Chanchal Chaurasia. She has posted a query. Chanchal, are you there? You can ask in the meantime of. You can ask Sir directly.
Yeah, please do.
Chanchal, hello. Acha. Chanchal, are you there? Acha. No, but the environment. So her question is, can we say brand is a pillar of business? Very simple question, but very powerful.
Uh, See, it depends on a lot of things. It depends on what stage your business is in.
Hmm.
If you are at the stage of conceptualizing, then maybe brand per se comes a little bit later once you have constructed proposition.
Hmm.
Proposition is the answer to the problem statement. Once you have stated what you are trying to solve, you need to define in 2, 3 dimensions. One biggest gap that I find in a lot of startup founders, this problem जो हम define कर रहे हैं, I hope Hindi and Bangla is okay, जो हम problem define कर रहे हैं, how many people does it impact? Does it impact 10 people? Does it impact 100 people? Does it impact a crore? Does it impact 10 crore? So this size of what I'm trying to solve is extremely important. Second, while you are building your proposition to solve the problem that you have identified, and you've identified, yes, it's a large enough problem that is impacting a large enough number of people, the second question that you have to ask is, how is it currently getting solved?
Correct.
So that question will tell you, are there incumbents already in the space? जो लोग ये प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व कर रहे हैं, और इज इट अ ग्रीन स्पेस, राइट? Third question that you have to ask is, are people going to pay you money for the solution? Otherwise, all of this is fairly theoretical. Okay. Now, to answer Chanchal, your question, is brand a pillar of business? I think when you say pillar, my understanding is it a variable on which your business is being built? And the question to that answer is yes. Because that is what will give you the mental real estate in your TG's mind.
And as far as my knowledge, this Chanchal is building a jewelry brand that is with some purpose. It is not only for decorative purpose. It has some for security purpose also for women when they commit outside their
Wonderful.
home. So she is studying in second year.
Okay.
She already started building some products or building a startup of her own. So, sir, another thing is the most common mistakes a brand for
So,
what are the
Prabhat, sorry, let me also qualify my answer.
okay, sorry, sir.
Uh, See, once you have identified proposition, you have identified, the space, etc. The question to ask is, who do you want to build the brand for? So I'll give you an example of a startup I've mentored. It's an organization called Sunfox, and they've gone into Shark Tank, etc. The wonderful thing about these youngsters, and they are from Uttaranchal, so it's three or four friends who are from Dehradun, and a lovely story. They did a lot of things so correctly and obviously, and now they are scaling up. So they were very clear. So when they first met me, and it was in one of the funding rounds, so I asked them, "Boss, तुम लोग ये किसके लिए कर रहे हो?" So they said, this device, it's a medical device, is for people who don't have access to hospitals, right? So large problem, significant number of people are getting impacted, and not too many people are doing anything about it other than the government by building infrastructure and more healthcare, support systems. Their second answer was even more interesting. They don't want to build a ban for the consumer.
Acha,
मुझे पेशेंट से नहीं बात करनी है,
not for consumers.
मुझे डॉक्टर से बात करना है.
Correct.
Because in villages, while yes, there is data connectivity, there is fairly good 4G ecosystem now. Your doctor is your person of importance. And that doctor is the fellow who really struggles because he can't give care for cardiac situations. So they said, while the solution is for a patient, the brand I will build is for the doctor. So their entire focus was on building the doctor medical practitioner channel and building their brand over there. And they have stayed on this path. Today, they are available in Indraprasth Hospital. They are available in Apollo Hospital. Even today, their brand building is through doctors.
Acha.
Even when they got their Shark Tank funding, they didn't go into, some digital campaign and performance marketing. They stayed true. This is where I want to be.
So they are very focused from day one, matlab whom to target.
Absolutely.
So and that's how I think many matlab young startups do mistakes from the beginning. Everybody wants to start a digital campaign and influencers marketing, right? So I think you also can give them a guidance or share your some
Yeah.
experience, matlab, how this leads to only a cash outgo.
So I think your choice of media, and finally, whether you want to do a social media campaign, you want to do an influencer campaign, you want to do a print campaign, or any other, outreach program, your identification of your target audience is essential. Who are you going to talk to? So, for example, the first distinction is, who are you building the brand for? Is it a consumer? Is it in the B2B space? Is it in the influencer space? Where is it that you want to build this mental real estate? Because the moment you say, I want to build a brand in the minds of consumers, you're talking of a very different scale. You're talking lakhs and millions. Moment you say, no, for the moment, I want to build my brand through influencers in that category. So let's say, when I say influencers, doctors are influencers. So if you're building a product and proposition in that space, then that becomes a way ahead. Electricians are influencers. So if you're building something which is in that space of home utility, etc., then that. So who is it that will determine whether your brand is getting chosen or not? And this, Prabhat and I learned in Pidilite. The amount of money that we used to spend on carpenters is not funny.
It's a
The
brand.
money that I used to spend on carpenters used to be 4x the money that I used to spend on consumer.
Correct.
So determine बात किससे करनी है हमको. And third, if it is, let's say, a solution that is at an enterprise level, then that becomes a very different approach. Then you're talking essentially B2B. So the pros and cons are that the moment you say, I am going to build my brand among consumers, that comes with its own challenges. The money that is required, the conversion that will come, those are things that you need to evaluate. And I repeatedly tell founders who are building D2C brands, please come out of this narrative of reach and frequency.
Reach and Sir, sorry?
Reach and frequency. Because that is what a Meta, a Google, and an Amazon has been peddling as their narrative, because that's what drives their income. They will keep telling you X million reach with 2x frequency. Matlab, I will reach 1 million people at least twice, and here is proof. Now that becomes a very compelling narrative, because suddenly you have dashboards and numbers, and you are very happy that you're spending money wisely. Where I tell my founders, take a pause, is to double click on that and see conversion.
How many actual sales you have done?
Google is by far the most inefficient platform for conversions. They will give you reach, but nobody buys anything on Google which is worth the money that is spent on it. So you have to be clear on your audience. You have to be clear on why that audience, and why not a little more, I would say, controlled. Third is, how large do you want to spread yourself, or how wide do you want to spread yourself? So yes, because as a generation, we love convenience. Performance marketing, digital marketing are extremely convenient. You can sit in one place and do all of it.
Just you have to spend money.
Yes, but will it do what your business requires is a question that every founder has to ask oneself.
But sir, for a basic fundamental thing, since they have a very limited budget in spending in marketing, when we discuss to build a brand, they always think we should spend something on the marketing. So how wisely or in which medium they should spend the initial budget, so that they allocate a minimum budget at least, but optimally they can use it. But any suggestion for this young startups? I am always focusing the young startup, because they are out of money, or sometimes they borrow money from their parents and they start
Yeah.
building their dream product.
Yeah. So this answer has a philosophical part to it, guys, and then there is a practical part to it. Okay. Why philosophical? Philosophical because all of us seem to be in a hurry. We measure our success in terms of days, weeks, and months. Okay. And therefore, we want consumers to behave in that certain way. And if consumers or whoever my audience is not behaving in that certain way, we get very anxious and we want to do more of the thing that is not working any which way. So philosophically, I think patience and resilience as we get into a new business. And I'll give you an example. While the word startup is new, the concept is not. You know, for centuries, businesses have started. For centuries, businesses have failed. For centuries, businesses remained small, and for centuries, businesses have scaled up. So it's a new word, but the concept is not new. Now, what has changed? Historically, it was always generate your cash. Historically. Then the concept of credit came in. Borrow and then spend cash. Then the concept of equity came in. That give up ownership of your organization and burn cash. Now it is preferential equity, which is a hybrid between a loan and an equity. Now, as a business owner, where the value of the business in the real world is small, but the value in my mind is massive, giving up equity is, in my mind, not advisable at all. Bring out a business model where you're generating cash, because that is the only way where you'll be able to scale up. If you are not generating cash and you're not cash flow positive, your business model needs to be corrected. Look at a दुकानदार ना जो नीचे दुकान है. It could be a kirana shop, it could be a snack shop, it could be cycle repair shop. He needs to focus on घर में कितने पैसे लेके जा रहा हूँ रात. In the morning, I came in with 600 rupees in my pocket. Am I going home with 400 rupees or am I going home with 800 rupees? That's the only reality, guys.
And very surprisingly, sir, everybody is running behind now the valuation and they are running into losses.
Yeah.
They have a huge valuation. They say ki we have built a empire, but ultimately they are running under losses. So absolutely, sir. And you have rightly said ki 70 years back, Pidilite, they were also a startup.
Yeah.
Right? They were also solving a bigger problem, larger problem, but they never quoted them as a startup. There was enterprise. So we have a question from Harish Hussain. Harish is from Netaji Subhash Engineering Colleges, and he is building a startup on health tech. So Harish, why not you unmute and ask yourself by yourself, huh? Harish?
Sure, sir. Good morning, Shubhu sir. Basically, my question is,
Video bhi on kar do, Harish.
just a second.
Hope you are not uncomfortable position.
No issues.
Asking and then asking.
ठीक है. Harish, please carry on.
So
Harish,
basically,
what's the name of your project? I am forgetting.
Bandhu.
Bandhu, correct, got it.
So basically, what we are doing with the revenue model is we are targeting two revenue channels. Firstly, it is B2B2C, that is reaching the customer through another business, and direct B2C. For B2B2C, we are viewing targeting colleges, schools, and corporates for
Hey,
their
Harish,
mental
Harish,
wellness budget.
Harish, just to interrupt, first tell what your startup is,
Okay.
first you introduce your startup so that
Yeah, sure.
sir will understand ki what need to be done.
Okay, so basically what we are building is a digital twin friend, something that understands the user personality, makes up a clone of the personality, a complete twin, and which can act as a friend and provide mental wellness support to basically anyone that is looking for this kind of a support. And this is something that is in pretty high demand, specifically with the Gen Z. And according to a survey conducted by Shield India in 2024, they found out that roughly 72% of Indian Gen Z is looking for this kind of support where they prefer having something virtual rather than approaching a human to tell them about their day and go on about it. So this is a pretty big problem, specifically when it comes to mental wellness departments in corporate schools and colleges, where students and employees are not comfortable approaching a counselor. So if we can channel this and provide mental wellness support where they can talk to this friend that knows their day in and out, understands them, understands their personality, and then caters to them. So that is what we are looking at, because currently corporates have a pretty sizable budget when it comes to mental wellness, but it is completely underutilized. People do not prefer going to their counselors that they have on board.
Okay.
So I was curious if you could throw some light how to go about it, like how to build a brand around these lines.
So who do you want to build a brand with?
Uh, Mainly it is, to target the Gen Z that is looking for this kind of mental wellness support. Like people normally are sharing their thoughts with normal chatbots that are there, suppose chat GPT. But that kind of chatbots, they do not understand the personality to such depths as we are dealing over here. And secondly, what we are making, it will approach the user if it notices something wrong that is going on. But the existing solutions, that is not going to approach the user and understand it with such depth.
And do we understand the decision hierarchy? If somebody is not comfortable approaching humans, how does the decision happen to look for a support, look for a solution? What does the person do?
Mainly this kind of situations, people do not even know they actually need support. So what we are doing over here is that we are analyzing what kind of messages they are sending, what kind of playlists they are listening to, what kind of content they are consuming. So we would automatically know if they need support or not.
Okay. Prabhat, I think this is specific. So I think a separate conversation will have, because the topic is very unique to what Harish is.
I understand. We can have a separate discussion.
So let's do that. I'm happy to
They are
engage with
building.
them.
They are building this their startup for targeting a very clear audience, which is Gen Z, and the
Hmm.
wellness, the connecting with.
So maybe to at least indicate, Harish, we need to be clear how the decision to seek out support happens. So let's say your observation that they don't even know they need support. So how do you overcome that barrier? Because then it is a need state that is unstated. So how do you create an awareness that there is a problem?
Got it. Like, firstly, some of the people, they automatically approach such solutions.
How
So
do they
that
do that?
would, like, instead of going to their common chat bots, for example, GPT, like most people use today, as their friend, but that quite doesn't act as a friend because it doesn't know about the user in such depth. Secondly, if an organization or an institution has licensed our particular solution as a bulk license for all their employees or students, so
Hmm.
people will automatically be signed up to this platform. And if all their accounts and all stuff is connected, then our solution will automatically approach the user if it is sensing that the person is not doing well.
Okay. And just for my understanding, legally, this is sound.
Yeah, so legally, like, we are not going pretty intrusive into someone's territory. Like, if they consent to sign up, then only it is coming up. For example, they have to manually connect their accounts, such as Spotify or YouTube, whatever music platforms they are using to listen to their playlists or consume content, whatever. So it is consent based. So I don't think there has to be any legal issues with this.
Hmm. And if anything unfortunate happens after signing up,
We have proper disclaimers in place that this is not a replacement for the current therapists or psychologists in place. And secondly, we are not going to replace all the institutional psychologists that are on board. Rather, this is going to provide all the metadata and overall analysis to that particular individual to, empower them further on and help them also to analyze what is the situation and what intervention should be taken in place to, uh, avoid any unforeseen circumstances.
hmm. Sure. So let's discuss this one-on-one, Harish, because I have a few questions which, since it's a large gathering, may
So
not be relevant.
we can do it, sir.
Got it.
Yesterday only we had a discovery round in Netaji Subhash Engineering College,
Yeah.
and we have shortlisted their projects for the next next level of mentorship and
Hmm.
development. So
Hmm.
Harish, we can connect individually, one to one, right? No issue.
Sure, sir.
And so another, we have a question from Debup Shengupto.
Yeah.
Harish, we will definitely connect because we are also in the process of developing your startup, right? Don't worry.
Okay, sure, sir.
So coming to our next query from Debrup Shengupto. Debrup, can you unmute and ask directly to Sir?
Yes, sure, sir. Good morning, Prabhat sir and Shubhayu sir.
Morning.
So I'll just give you a brief overview of what we are building, right, before I ask the question so you can get
You
a better
also,
context.
you also mentioned your college.
Yeah, sir, I'm from Netaji Subhash Engineering College,
Okay.
and I'm currently in my fourth year. My team members are in their fourth year as well.
Okay.
So we are building an application that is a women's first safety application. It's primarily based on the gaps in the market that we found was there is a widespread CCTV coverage available in at the existing infrastructure, but it's not being utilized properly, so and so, because the fast response for any incident is absent or it's often overlooked. So what Nari Kavach does is using our technology or deep learning models, if I may go into the technical aspect, we utilize the CCTV feeds or the surveillance feeds, and our model detects violence or any such threat that is going on for women and for men alike. So whenever a threat is detected, it just alerts the corresponding partners or authorities, and they can then allocate it to their own units, right? So one of the uh, things that you mentioned, sir, and I was really interested in that, was you mentored a brand that was building for the villagers, right? But they were building it with the doctors, if I get that correct.
Yeah.
So this is something that we are initially planning to do and have broken it down into steps. So we wish to build it with businesses. Like, let me break that down. So like hospitals, and then we have colleges, we have schools, and we wish to build it for the general common public, right? So you talked about how a D2C approach would go. Like, we have Google AdSense, there are Meta ads, and many other things in the same space. And earlier, I had the opportunity to work on a similar D2C product as well. So I learned a bit about the AdSense and other aspects. But for a B2B approach, what are the challenges we could face, and how should I approach the marketing aspects? So if you could please guide me on that.
So interesting question, Debup, and I think it's a wonderful space that you have identified. So, देखो, the basic fundamental of business is what's in it for me. So if you want somebody in the B2B space to be interested in what you are proposing, the WIFM has to be clear. So in the example of Sunfox that I shared, the proposition to the doctor is that your business will increase because suddenly you will have a service that no other doctor is going to be able to provide. And therefore, your reputation, your brand, your services, everything will make your business increase. So we have to create whoever is your B2B channel partner. And for the moment, let's call this a channel partner. What is it that this solution will do for them?
Right. And sir, if I take an example, right? So let's say if I'm building it for a college, and like you mentioned, the aspect of value creating or what's in it for me. So if I just speak about, like, every college has its own pitch deck for us students, right? Like what it provides for us, and as such. So safety is again one of the big concerns for parents and people alike. So if I phrase this correctly, we could call that a value, like we could pitch it like this, that the value we create is going to be something that other colleges won't have presently, since you will be reducing your manpower while increasing the safety you provide, right? So is it a correct approach?
Yes. So you may have colleges, you may have large residential complexes, you may have community bazaars and markets. So we need to identify where your audience is likely to be, who will benefit if this service is provided as a part of the experience, and and then package it accordingly.
Right. Thank you so much, sir. And both Prabhat and Shubhayu, sir, I have again some specific questions, but like you previously said, it would be like adhered to later. So I'll be hoping
Yeah,
you can
absolutely.
guide me further later on as well. Thank you so much.
Right. Happy to.
Thanks, Debup. Now coming to the next question, sir. So let them have this opportunity to interact with you directly, right? So it's I can say it's a lifetime opportunity. So Orgo, can you unmute and ask, sir? Orgo, are you there? Acha, next come to Srimanta Maiti. You have written कि I have some question, so you can ask. Srimanta.
Hello.
Yeah, Shimanta. Hello. You are not audible. Shimanta, unmute yourself first. Ha, Shimanta, unmute yourself first.
Yeah.
Eh, um,
नहीं हो रहा है. ठीक है, we can Niharika Sharma. Very good question. What mistakes early startups often make when they are entering a market that already has a big company? Niharika, are you there?
So am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah, Niharika, you are audible. Please ask question directly. First, brief yourself, your college, and what you are building, and then you ask yourself.
You have to unmute, Niharika. Yeah, now it's
So
fine.
I'm from Vijay Krishna Girls College. Me and my co-founder are building the brand Rosarium. My question was, what mistakes early startups often make when they are entering a field that already has big competitors?
Yeah. So, interesting question. I would slightly change, how we approach this situation. Typically, what happens, we start playing or trying to combat the strengths of the incumbents. So, if somebody is offering a product at X, we come in at a 50% discount to that. Or if a product is offering X amount of volume or value, we try and overcome that. That doesn't help. What we need to do is we need to identify what is it that I am providing, which the current solution is not providing. So, to give you an example, looking at the entire ride hailing revolution that has happened in our country in the last 15-20 years. Now, there was an existing ecosystem. Now, for good or bad, the ecosystem existed. You had thousands and thousands of cabs, you had buses, you had this, that, and the other. But the biggest problem was it was not a door service. Right. Now, similarly, I'm not sure what your business line is. If you can just maybe take a minute and help me understand what your business is.
Sure, sir. So it's basically a jewelry brand, but we are also including technology just to ensure safety along with daily wear use.
Okay. So, what are you trying to solve? Because your incumbents do not have this feature.
Yes, sir. So actually, we have combined two different problems. First was that people do not wear their gold or silver jewelry day to day. Okay, so they have it locked in their lockers. And second was people cannot carry big, bulky uh, safety devices on a regular basis. So we wanted to combine both the problems and in introduce the brand Rosarium that has jewelry and that looks aesthetic and pleasing and has a safety features also.
Hmm. So, what is the problem statement?
So it's basically uh, daily wear use along with your safety. The problem was people not using their jewelry on daily basis, not being able to wear them, and carrying bulky big safety devices.
Now, how is that a problem? People any which way will not wear their jewelry every day.
So jewelry is like you're wearing a ring, suppose. So it is connected to you, and somehow, like for an example, if someone is getting attacked, the person will snatch your phone away, not your ring or bracelet. So that was the thing we thought about.
Mm-hmm. And what will this solution do?
So, sir, we basically have SOS systems, and our pendants and bracelets will have pepper mists in them, and emergency contacts will receive your location and SOS alert.
And the solution, which is your pepper spray or whatever it is. So only that ring will have it, right?
No, sir. We have core three products, that is pendants, rings, and bracelets. So we are trying to make it like customized. We will customize according to the needs.
Okay.
Okay, and as per the customer desires, we will arrange the product as that.
Achha. And how do you want to sell this? Through channel, through uh,
So basically, our website, and then after a certain stage, we will also enter retail.
okay. So Niharika, you'll have to approach it through multiple, I would say, ways. So
Yes, sir.
first you have to ask yourself, why will anybody come to your website? Second question you have to ask yourself is, if this is the way that your product is available, and your target, I'm assuming, is the final consumer. You're not really looking to target existing jewelers and offer it as a solution which they can offer to their customers.
Yes, sir. For directly to the final consumer.
And what happens if you offer it to a Senco or a Kalyan Jewelers, that this is the technology we want to pitch to you so that you are able to offer to your
Currently,
consumers?
they are like more strong in with the funding and marketing, so they will definitely like copy this idea. I can say like
Yeah, so the moment it's on your website, it's copyable, no?
yes, sir. But we will have a control if we are not directly selling to other brands, other jewelry brands like Tanishq and all.
See, couple of things, Niharika, you need to evaluate. One is, how will people discover you? Second, what is the proposition that is going to compel them to buy? See, you're looking at consumers who are on a jewelry buying journey, or are you looking at consumers who are on the safety journey? They are two very different journeys. And purchases, as of now, for these two journeys are very different. One is a large, massively penetrated, very mature, very well established, and a very fickle category. And the second, which is personal safety, is a very, very emerging niche uh, play where even today Indians are not really going out and looking for solutions.
So I thought about it, and in this case, just wanted to make sure that if we start as just a jewelry brand and later on we start including the tech, will it be okay, or do we need to think other else somehow else?
So again, the question, Niharika, is what will you solve? So
Sir,
if
can I?
you, yeah,
Yes,
hello,
sir. I'm the co-founder of that Rosarium.
yes, hi, Chanchal.
Hello, sir. And sir, the questions you asked, sir, then we will try to sell just like a normal jewelry. Our first target will be that like that.
Okay,
Yes, and
and
after that,
how do you guys want to do that?
sir, we will first make that product and launch it in our website.
And how will people discover? That is something that you will need to figure out.
Sir, then we will do advertisement and all.
It's going to cost a fair bit of money to cut through on the in the online space, because you are going to be competing against Bluestone, Carrot Lane, Tanishq, Kalyan. So just think through how you want consumers to discover you.
So that is where we were like, that was the problem we were having.
Yeah, I can understand. So you have to relook at whether it's an online or an offline approach.
Sir, can I ask one more thing?
Yeah, yeah.
Chanchal, Chanchal, before that, I can tell you one thing. In Calcutta and surrounding around, there are more than 100 colleges. And every colleges have a student base of more than around average is 3 to 4,000. So 100 into 3,000 is 3 lakh customers. You can reach out directly, but again, don't shed out money to Meta. Yeah, ask
Okay.
Chanchal.
Okay. Thank you, sir. And sir, I was asking that, sir, earlier you said that how your brand will not be copied. So what's the solution then, sir?
What's the solution to?
That you have said now that your there's a chance of getting copied of your brand the moment you will send it in your website.
Hmm.
So, sir, what's the solution of this then? This
No
question.
solution.
No,
What is the solution? There is no solution.
so what if they actually copied? Then what we have to
They
do then?
can. How will you stop them?
So, sir, what makes us difference from them if they've copied our
Exactly.
Make patented.
patent? Okay, sir.
No, even if you patent it, nothing will stop them from copying you. What will you do if they copy? You'll take Tata to court.
Because
No,
can we take the second next question, sir? Shatto Mundal, Shatto Lifeline Plus. Now we will take another one or two questions, then we will
Sure.
wrap up this. Shatto, are you there? No. The question is, Shatto, are you there? Shatto?
Hello,
Hello?
Yeah.
sir. Myself Shimanto Maiti, and I'm building brand called Sri Forever. This is the natural, real pizza flower. This is
Okay.
the natural, real pizza flower.
Mm-hmm.
And I am actually what happening. I am after I pass out, I developed one solution so that
Hmm.
real pizza flower can stay 2 to 3 years without any maintenance. Actually.
Okay.
So
Interesting.
I am doing now different color, customized color. I can do that,
Hmm.
and not only roses, but many flowers. Most of the flowers. Okay.
Hmm.
So actually, I want to go to B2C market.
Hmm.
So in my website, not that much of matlab, customer is coming.
Traffic.
So how can I build the brand? What is the strategy if you want to suggest?
So if I open it, is it fine or it has to remain sealed?
Actually, I am said that does not open the glass dome because of if you open the glass dome that the moisture is absorbed this flower, so it may fade up or like
Acha.
rotten like that. So that's why we are telling that this glass dome must be not open.
So benefit টা কি for a consumer to buy this?
তো এটা আমরা গিফট আইটেম হিসেবে অর শো পিস বার্থডে ভ্যারাইটিস টাইপের আমরা সেল করতে পারি আর কি।
না তো ভেতরে যে রিয়েল ফ্লাওয়ার
হুম।
মানে how does one experience the benefits of a real flower? কারণ ওটা তো
ও
প্লাস্টিক
ওকে।
হতে পারে।
If you see na, if you in your naked eye, then you see that in that the veins are
আচ্ছা ওটা
একদম
ওকে
actually you
হুম
can realize that this leaf also the natural.
আচ্ছা
তো এটা 2 to 3 years without any maintenance is look feel like matlab natural flowers.
Okay.
and customized color. We are doing black roses also.
अच्छा. तो direct consumer na channel. How are you thinking?
আমরা এখন now what I am doing now, I'm
শোনা যাচ্ছে না
my
সীমান্ত.
business I am doing actually some in cities na there was some local
Can't hear you, Shimanto.
সীমান্ত তোমার সাউন্ড আসছে না।
stores are there.
আমাদের
Hello.
sound হচ্ছে.
In cities na there are some flower shops are there. I
Yeah.
approach them that this is the natural flowers, blah blah. So after that they can take us, and after they are selling actually nowadays.
So question ta ki? I'm not clear. What do you want to know?
I want to actually build brand. So how I want to scale this product, or কিভাবে মানে I want to be a scaling actually. So how can I do that?
Okay. So how do you want to build it, Shimanto? প্রথমত my suggestion would be in the context where you foresee this purchase will happen. So, bolchile as a gift item or as a Archie's hallmark type. Karo direct brand, D2C brand will be extremely money consuming. And dorkar nahi, because you are looking at a very specific need state in a very specific consumption occasion in a very specific age group.
Yeah.
So do I really need to build it D2C, or can I make it available in a channel যেখানে এই রকম মাইন্ডসেটের শপার্সরা আসে? That decision and thinking would be my suggestion, rather than going and saying that I want to build a D2C brand. See, guys, building a D2C brand sounds very nice, but সময় লাগবে, পয়সা লাগবে, and huge amount of clutter.
So let me ask you a last question, sir.
Okay.
So question from Orgo. He is not able to connect, but unmute. What's one branding mistake almost every young founder makes, and how can I avoid it?
No, so there is
We have
no.
already discussed on the point. Still, I understand. Everybody is thinking how to start to build a brand and how to avoid the mistakes.
So I think maybe the answer is in 2 or 3 fundamentals, because mistakes er variety to kono shesh nahi. And so I think first is clarity on who are we talking to. Second is the clarity on who is the buyer and who is the consumer. So, and the distinction is important. So, for example, in this flower idea that we just saw, who do we assume is the buyer? And who do we assume is the final consumer? And therefore, who do I need to build the brand for? Similarly, in the safety cum jewelry space idea that we discussed, who is going to buy and who is going to consume? Is it the same person? Or are they 2 different people? If they are the same person, my approach to building a brand will be different. If they are 2 different people, I need to be clear, who am I building it for? যে কিনবে ওর জন্যে না যে পড়বে ওর জন্যে?
Again, come to the Pidilite context, sir. The
Huh.
consumer and customer are different.
Yes.
The Chanchal, you need to understand what Sir is meaning to say. Like paints, the painters are basically the customer, no, consumer. The painters and the homeowners are different. Somebody is paying and somebody is using. Okay, sir, I think we need to now wrap it up and.
So maybe I'll just complete the point, Prabhat.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I thought you.
So, for example, since we were on that on the point, so this jewelry plus safety thought, do you want to pitch to fathers for their daughters? Is a thought. You want to pitch it to parents? Do you want to pitch it to college authorities? So these are all questions because we need to be very clear on one, the decision hierarchy. And the decision hierarchy is identification of need to final conversion. What are the variables in this entire chain? Second is the purchase hierarchy. 𝐂𝐚𝐬𝐿 or 𝐂∨
Correct.
Once these two are clear, you will know what your brand needs to stand for. So if you are going to approach parents, then your brand needs to stand for certain values. Flip side, you want to approach women directly, your brand needs to stand for certain values. So there's clarity only the founder can have, nobody else can have. Yes, Prabhat, back to you.
Sir, I think many questions are coming, but yeah, I cannot take all the questions. So, sorry to say you, sir. Let's take a final last question.
Yeah,
Right.
I have 5-10 minutes, so
Okay.
I'm okay.
So, Rishi Ghosh, they are building some deep SaaS tech products.
Okay.
He has some query to you. Rishi, are you there? Rishi Ghosh.
Yes, I'm audible.
Yeah.
So, sir, my name is Rishi Ghosh, and I'm from Netaji Subhas Engineering College. And we are building a deep SaaS tech product named Sentinel AI that it act like a security guard between a person and like some AI or the chatbot, example ChatGPT and Gemini. Instead of directly taking answer to the AI, the person uses Sentinel, where question the type first goes to Sentinel, which check if it is safe or harmful. And if it is a harmful prompt, then our feature dumps into our database. And if it's a good prompt, not any if prompt is not malicious, then it forwarded to the next step, that is the scrubber. In that part, we identifies the prompt is containing any sensitive data or information. If the prompt containing any sensitive data information, then our
Hello.
Lost you, Rishi.
Ravi, we have lost you.
Orgo is asking a question. Why don't you take up? You know Orgo knapsack?
The Orgo, I have already taken his question. There's Orgo was asking about that initial stage. What mistakes we can avoid? Shato.
Sir, Lifeline. Sir.
Shato, I was asking you. You are there? Please ask Shato.
Yes, sir.
I think Rishi Ghosh. Rishi, we can connect you after Shato if you are okay.
okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Aja, Rishi, are
Sir,
you
I was
there? Ek minute, Shato. Rishi, are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Yeah, you please complete your query.
So, sir, my query was how do I scale my this B2B SaaS product, which primarily targets enterprises and small startups who use AI heavily.
Yeah, so again, Rishi, the question is, how do you want to build the brand? You want to build it directly with enterprises, or you want to build it with channel partners like Quick Heal, etc.?
No, sir, we want to build it directly to the enterprises.
Okay. So if that be the case, then the question you have to ask is, why will that enterprise give you access?
Sir, the enterprise will give us access because we don't storing their data in any cloud. That it will directly on their data will be on theirs itself. Now it's not getting stored in any cloud server, or it's not getting going to be in any LLM.
Okay. So when you have spoken to these enterprises, what are they saying? Have they come back with some feedback?
No, sir, we haven't proposed this idea to any enterprises. This is in very beginning stage.
Okay. So if you want to build it directly with enterprises and businesses, Rishi, then um, the first step would be to have a chat with them, because they will be the best people who will validate the proposition that you are building.
Hmm.
B, in that interaction, you will learn what is the best approach. So the moment you say that this is a SaaS solution for AI, you are talking to a particular kind of enterprise,
Yes, sir.
right? So have those engagements, reach out to some of these people who are in the space, discuss this is what I'm building, and we want enterprises like you to use it, because one of the fundamentals is feedback. So the proposition that I'm building in my head, is it a proposition that buyers are seeing value in? Brutally.
Hmm.
Prabhat, you're on mute.
So again, suggestion is that from sir also, and when you are building anything for somebody, so please connect with them prior building your product so that you can have the real-time feedbacks and you can understand what they require, what are the value propositions. Correct?
Excuse me, sir. Can I add one question to this?
Yes, yes, Khushi, please.
Yes, sir. I'm from Netaji Subhash Engineering College. I just wanted to ask that how to connect. Like, for example, if I need to do a survey from the hospital, but the hospital like Ruby, Desan, they will not allow the beginners or the startups to enter. Like they'll tell from the doors that no, 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 there's no need or anything of that kind. So just now, as Sir said, and even you extended by saying that connect with them. So how will we connect as a beginner? Like they will not want initially to talk to someone who's very fresher in this particular field or anything of that as such. So what should be the proper method to connect to them?
So you guys have heard of Eureka Forbes? You've seen LIC agents, insurance agents.
Yes, sir.
What do they do?
They basically approach people, go ask them, explain the problem, product, like you take this premium for this, it will help you in future, and something like that.
And are people happy to speak to them?
If they're interested, they are.
Show me a person who's interested in insurance. No,
So
so
if
the point I'm
someone's
making, Khushi, is yes, it's not easy. And obviously, if you're speaking to the largest hospitals, they will be the least interested. You need not. Now, your solution to the largest customer will not be the first win that you will have. That will possibly be a little later down the road. Your initial wins will need to be with customers who are smaller, more likely to experiment, more open to suggestions. So, who we engage with will be an outcome of how I have defined my market. Now, to the previous question that Rishi was asking, if I take this to Microsoft, I will not even get an appointment because they'll be doing their own stuff. Trust me. Now, if you want to sell a solution to a hospital, or you want to sell a solution to a jewelry manufacturer, or you want to sell a solution to a college, going to the biggest of the big will A, not help you. B, even if you do get access, the feedback will not help you. Because where they are, their problems are at a very different level. They will not take a new technology because the risks are huge. Right? If you are selling a solution to Ruby, their risk evaluation matrix will be very different to somebody who's just put up a 30-bed hospital. But the feedback the 30-bed hospital will give you will be your starting point. They will be more open, they will have lesser hang-ups, they will have lesser issues with trying out new stuff. So identify in your channel what is your starting point. And be a salesman. I mean, you have to knock on doors and face rejection 99 times out of 100.
And these small hospitals could be their first customers, not the bigger one.
So even over here, you will knock on the door of 10 hospitals, 9 will say 𝐒𝐿𝐴, which is a polite way of saying get out. It happens. That's how businesses are built.
Got it, sir. So, sir, now this is the last question. I am not, I know we are Shato Lifeline.
Yes,
Now, please.
yes, sir. Sir, good morning.
Good
Sir,
morning.
our startup planning is Lifeline Plus, which is the emergency blood availability confusion. We always see that in an emergency situation, blood is not available due to the many life is lost. So our plan is connect the donors, blood banks, and the hospital or patient in one app so that no life are lost. So the problem is that revenue, how we earn our revenue. Sir, you just said how we earn our revenue.
So who will benefit other than the patient in this case?
Yes, sir. Patient, blood banks, also hospital also.
Shato, who are the beneficiaries? Who will get benefits?
Sir, blood banks and patient all, both NGO,
So how
CSR.
will the money, so you are taking care of an inefficiency. How will the money flow? I mean, obviously the patient has to pay for the blood, then the blood will come to the patient. So blood bank will earn some money. Hospital will earn some money because suddenly the surgery becomes viable because blood is available. So you will have to map out how the money moves.
Sir, we think that hospital is the most revenue from the hospital, but sir, sir said that the hospital is not interested in your apps because they said the family of the patient, you find out the blood, why we find
So see, in a emergency situation, কারোর মাথায় থাকবে না কি অ্যাপ কোথায় হ্যান ত্যান, ঠিক আছে, because you are operating from a mind space where your rational part of your mind is shut down and it is pure response to stimulus that is approaching.
Okay.
So the solution, my way of looking at it is, will be extremely difficult to build at a consumer level. your solution is brilliant. It's a real life problem which affects lakhs and millions of people. No doubt about it. Into getting somebody to download an app and keep it on their phone in the eventuality that one day something will happen, difficult. So this needs to be, my suggestion, a way that a hospital blood bank ecosystem is connected.
Okay. Sir.
Because imagine,
Hospital.
Khushi, it's a situation in your family. You don't have the app. Now, what do you do?
Sir, repeat again.
No, it's not Khushi, it's a Shat.
Sorry, Satya.
Satta.
Shatya.
Imagine it's a situation in
Satta.
your family that, somebody needs blood. At that point in time, nobody will know, this app, that app.
We have to marketing and survey and we have to knowing about the apps.
How many apps do you think there are on Google Play Store?
Sir, I don't find any apps about
Because
blood.
you're looking for it. You think people will search for apps on Google Play Store, blood donation, blood transfusion, when somebody near and dear one is?
Sir, we have to marketing first or survey first.
So my suggestion would be to build it as a B2B solution that a hospital is able to provide better solutions because the hospital will finally gain and so will the blood bank. Building a individual customer level, consumer level solution for something like this, getting somebody to download app and keep it refreshed, there are challenges. Because apps work where it is a regular use. Apps don't work where it is a once in a lifetime use.
Okay, Shatya.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Satta.
So I
We're
think
happy to have a conversation and build this, Satya, because I
yeah,
think the
Shatya, we
problem
will
exists.
build this. We have already shortlisted you, and this is a very much required product for the with a high demand for the product. There is a big gap between demand and supply, right? So let's build it first. Money will follow, no issue. So thing is, sir, I think now we should wrap it up. Yeah. So and last one thing I want to connect with Ravi Gate. Actually, initially he wanted to talk to you. Ravi, are you there?
Hi, hello. Yeah, I'm here around.
Yeah.
Hi, Ravi.
Hi. So hope you remember me.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, I just wanted to greet you initially when I saw you on the screen. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I keep remembering somebody has wanted to connect with you and greet you. So thank you, sir. Thank you very much, and thank you every participants for your participation. And please start working on it. And it's a lifetime connection with the sir. It's very priceless, right? Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thanks all and all the best. Some really, really good ideas out there. Wish
You'll
you
be
all the
amazed
best.
to see the great ideas by the students at their level. They are all in between 21 and 22 years old.
Yeah.
And they are working to solve a larger,
Yes.
bigger problems. That's
Yes.
that's a compliment from us.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you and all the best, everyone.
Thank you.